We're in session in cause numbers 328-053 and cause number 330-391. Both cases are style the state of Texas versus Jason Scott Fontenot. Mr. Fontenot, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Fontenot?
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, Mr. Fontenot, your attorney of record is Mr. Peter Dahl. Mr. Dahl is present. Earlier, you informed the court that you had hired Mr. Freeze. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Mr. Freeze, you hadn't sent the letter.
I had, that was my fault, though. Thought that had been done, Judge. We'll take it.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna reset the case. We give it a standard reset. We'll give Mr. Dahl a reset because, well, his name will be on the
I
reset
understand you.
until we get the motion to sub from you.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Mr. Dahl, you can stand over there and you can get the reset from Mr. Dahl. You'll be free to go.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, welcome.
And I was on one. I thought it-
Oh, okay. That's right. That's fine. We've had that happen today, on a couple other cases.
There's a felony case across the street, and so I
I understand.
just slipped through the cracks.
Yeah. And what, Mr. Freeze, this is the last case. You'll be free to go.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fontenot, you're free to go.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dahl, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Mr. Dahl, you have a blessed day. Mr. Freeze, and you have a blessed day, Mr. Fontenot. What's that reset date? March 14th.
Your Honor, may I approach
Okay.
on Nicole McDaniel?
Yeah. Oh, shit. So. Okay, is Ms. McDaniel present?
She's present. She has a felony pending. They moved that to February.
Miss McDaniel, would you come forward? This is cause number 327-248. Case of solid state of Texas versus Nicole Caroline McDaniel. Is that your full name? How you doing, Miss McDaniel? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Miss McDaniel, you're here represented by your attorney Brian Lane. Mr. Lane, how are you doing?
Oh, good, Your Honor. I apologize for being late.
Oh, that's not a problem. Now, Mr. Lane, what is your announcement in Miss McDaniel's case?
Your Honor, I'm hoping to get these two cases disposed of or run concurrent with a plea I anticipate in her felony case out of drug court.
Is not a felony case is set to February 7th, 2022?
Yes, sir. That is
You
the
want it
case.
set on the same day?
Yes,
The
sir.
misdemeanor?
That's fine. But that's what I anticipate how I'm
Okay.
going to resolve these.
Okay, we'll set both of these cases on the same day. Ms. McDaniel, what that basically means is on the 7th, February 7th, 2022, you come here and check in, then you go to drug court. Once you finish in drug court, then y'all will come back over here. All right? So, Mr. Lane, you could get your reset. Sign for your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And Ms. McDaniel, you can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Is that Higgins? Did we, oh, somebody
Are you
said,
able to open it? 'Cause my,
they said you was in it.
yeah, it's froze. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, We're in session and calls number 330582. The case is filed the state of Texas versus Call Hunter Wolves. We have Mr. Wolves, present in court. Mr. Wolves, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. Wolves, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Wolves, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Wolves, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Wolves?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Wolves, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Scott Rennick. Attorney Rennick, how are you doing?
I'm well, sir. Thank you.
That's good. Mr. Wolves, I have before me a document that is titled Information. In this document, it alleges that on or about May 24th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Wolves, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to discharge, Mr. Wolves, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Wolves, I have before me another document, and this document is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Mr. Wolves, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Wolves, there are a set of initials on the line next to a box that says guilty. Are these your initials?
Yes.
CW. On the next page of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
On the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wolves, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wolves, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Rennick, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
There's no objection, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rennick, you've advised and counseled Mr. Wolves. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Mr. Wolves, your attorney, Mr. Rennick, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wolves, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 90 days in Jefferson County Jail, probated over a term of 18 months, a $1,000 fine, 60 hours of community service, standard DWI classes, along with drug and alcohol assessments and interlock device.
I think that is actually the fine was lowered to 7.
I'm sorry, correct, Judge. My fault. My fine is lowered to $750. That was agreed.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Wolves, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 18 months. During the 18-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 plus court costs, and the fine and court costs equals $1,172. You'll also be required to pay $60 each month in probation fees, $15 each month for your analysis fee. You will be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class an initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Your total monthly installments that you'll be required to pay, that is the total amount that you will have to pay each month while you're on probation, is $145 per month. Mr. Wools, will you be able to pay the $145 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend and complete a DWI education class, have a drug and alcohol assessment, install an interlock device, a DWI interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. And you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Woods, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Woods, I will follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Woods, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of our court clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Your Honor, we do have one more case, Mr. Wolf,
Okay,
that this plea did not cover.
now this, hold on a minute.
329696.
Hold on, I need to refresh this. Oh. Three, two, 9, 6, 9, 6. What are we doing on that one?
Your Honor, the state has agreed, and I believe Mr. Wills has agreed to apply for the VIP program. So we're going to submit the paperwork today.
Okay, so that case will just be reset?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
I believe the signing period will be sometime next month. We're not showing a date.
normally it's the first Thursday of the month, but if he's not on that schedule, then it'll be April, the first Thursday in April. So what we can do, let's reset him till his second case, we're gonna cause number 33, is that 33?
329696 is the assault.
Okay, the assault, okay. That's gonna be reset till, let's do it the second week in April. He has to sign up for the bib class.
April 18th.
Okay, that'd be reset to April 18th, 2022, to give him opportunity to sign up for bid. So, is he on, does he have bond conditions on that? Yeah. 90 over 18 months. 750. He does, okay. Okay, Mr. We'll stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our court. Once you finish following those directions, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge, I have one more plea.
Yes.
Before it's ready.
Yeah.
Not sure much.
Mr. Williams,
Yes, ma'am.
can I get your sign? Second on the first. Can I get your right thumb?
Yes, ma'am.
Signature pad right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Sign for me. You won't see it, but I will.
Okay.
Mr. Brent, you can sign for me. They haven't left so much. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the,
Oh, this is for,
I didn't even give it to him. That was supposed to be something else.
yeah.
Make sure he answers the phone today.
Wow,
That's on the call.
yeah, I forgot to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'll look at that.
Thank you.
Maybe you could put them in his file.
Yeah.
Okay, the court is in session in two cases, cause number 311143, cause number 311233. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Jonathan T. Higgins or Higgins. Mr. Bailiff, would you please give Mr. Higgins?
My legal assistant was grabbing it.
Okay. Court is in session in two cases. First case is cause number 311143. Second case is cause number 311233. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Jonathan T. Higgins. Mr. Higgins, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I see down here, it has Jonathan Corey Higgins.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. Higgins?
Doing well, how about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Higgins, in cause number 311233. Well, Mr. Higgins, let me do this here. Mr. Higgins, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Higgins, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Higgins, you may put your hand down. Mr. Higgins, in cause number 311233, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This document alleges that on or about January 24th of 2016, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, detention. Mr. Higgins, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Higgins, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Higgins, I have before me another document. This document is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Mr. Higgins, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Higgins, there are a set of initials on a line that is titled guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Higgins, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, Mr. Higgins, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above
Yes,
the
sir.
line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Higgins, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Mr. Higgins, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature
Yes, sir.
on the line that's titled Defendant? Mr. Higgins, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, now on the second case,
It's gonna be dismissed, Your Honor,
Yeah.
so I didn't think you wanted to.
no, what I'm saying, you got 2 numbers on
Yes, sir.
here. You might just need to put just the one
Scratch
for,
out the.
one for this be the second one. Yeah, because they'll put them in both files. Okay, done, Mr. Higgins, let me do this again. These documents that I've just shown you, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State I have before me, states exhibit number 1, state you like off for states 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection, states exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rennie, you've advised and counseled Mr. Higgins. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Mr. Higgins, your attorney, Mr. Reynolds, excuse me, not Mr. Reynolds, Mr. Rennie, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hagan, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
It's a 90 days jail, probated over 1 year, $600 fine, and 50 hours community service. And the state, in consideration for a plea in this case, is going to dismiss clause number 311143.
Hagan, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be on probation for 1 year.
Yes, sir.
During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $600 plus court costs of $352, which comes to a total of $952.
Yes, sir.
You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month or your analysis fee of $15 each month. your total monthly installments that you would have to pay, that is the total amount that you would have to pay each month while you're on probation, is $165 a month. Mr. Hagan, will you be able to pay the $165 each month?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hagan, you will also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, and clause number 311143 will be dismissed as part of this plea bargain, and you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Hagan, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hagan, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Hagan, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney, you're gonna follow the directions of our court coordinator. And before you leave, you'll be given a copy of your motion to dismiss. And once you finish it here, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Get you to put your right thumb right there. Signature pad right here. You sign for me. You won't see it, but I will. See it here? You got it? Okay.
You're welcome.
Copy if you dismiss.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the second dismissal on another case. Direct.
Okay.
Okay, you're welcome. And Mr. Hagan, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
And Mr. Rennick,
Yes, Judge.
you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta go straight there from here.
Yes, sir.
I'll bring that.
Okay, this is Ms. Ford. Could you please state your full name?
Kayla Jill Dubois.
That warrant is out of, who's this court? Okay.
I'm confused on why I have a warrant. I'm enrolled in the drug diversion program. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. And Rife told me, Rife is my attorney. He just told me to let you know.
Well, he's sure,
Yeah, I just spoke with him.
no, that's on your felony, not on your
just
field
spoke with
ID.
him outside, sir, and he said that he will represent me on.
Yeah, but
this.
he hadn't filed a letter of representation. So right now, you still don't have an attorney until he files the letter of representation. Could we look and see, what did a bondsman get off a bond or something?
Because I'm completely confused. And I just talked to my bondsman.
Well, okay, just hold on a minute.
Yes, sir.
She's on the last page of the announcement, Doctor, the last person, not on page 5. We'll take a look.
There's a new case. This is a new case that was filed.
Oh, you have a new case that was filed. So it's not on this docket, right?
No.
I'm
it's
confused
filed
on what it would be.
1308.
What is it?
It was filed January 13th, and it's a controlled substance possession class A.
January 13th.
That's when it was filed. That's not when it happened.
It September 2021.
That was last year. Okay.
The new case was
No
filed.
idea.
Okay, well, that's what it is. Your case have been filed.
Okay.
And so what we need to do, let me see, what does she have? Pull up her info. I need her info to set a bond. Your bonds are probably wasn't aware of it either. Because they're not on this case. This case was just filed.
Yes, sir. What do I do? I mean,
I can't give you any legal advice. I mean, you said you talked to Attorney Kimler?
Yeah, he said,
Attorney Kimler, oh yeah, Attorney Kimler, I don't know if he's still here,
He's
but,
not.
yeah,
It's coming, Judge.
okay.
Will my probation officer get with me? Because I'm already in.
I can't give you any advice. I don't know what, yeah. You're gonna have to, like I said, hold on a minute, let me do this here. You have, now, Miss Dubois, what is that case number?
New one,
Yes,
331308.
331308.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, now, Ms. Dubois, your new case, 331308, you said it's possession of a controlled substance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. You may hire an attorney. If you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you, or you may represent yourself. If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. Now, Ms. Dubois, this document that I've just read to you is before you. The bailiff is going to allow you to look at that document. Now, at the bottom of that document, it states defendant's choice. And it says mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll put your initials on the line to the left. If your choice is, or if you've already hired an attorney to represent you, then you'll put your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you want an appointment, if you want to apply for a court-appointed attorney, then you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. If you've already been appointed a court-appointed attorney, you'll put your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you want to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself, then you'll put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Okay? Would you please make a choice? Now, once you finish making your choice, you'll sign at the bottom of that document where it says defendant, and you'll place today's date on that document. We've already hired Right Kimberly. Now, Ms. Dubois, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Dubois, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Dubois, I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials stating that you have hired Rife Kimler to represent?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Now, Ms. Dubois, I need to get some information from you. I see here, and I have some documents. You are currently a resident of this county, is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
And you got family ties to this county, in essence. You was basically born and raised here?
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Groves, went to PNG, and graduated
Okay.
from PNG.
Now, let me, Mr. Ham, could you show that to her? Put that on the side. Could you just look at that document? That document has some offenses on it. Now, all the offenses that you've had are basically, did they all occur, the offenses that you had in your entirety, in your adult life?
Correct.
All of them been in Jefferson County, or did you have some in other counties?
Jefferson County.
And are those the offenses that are listed on that document? Is that correct and true?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to understand what this last one is. Is that what I'm here?
That's
Is that the one?
probably the new one. Is that the new
Yeah, I
one?
mean.
Let me
yes,
see it.
sir.
Let me see it.
It's at the bottom.
Yeah, let me see the document. Thank you. Yeah, that's the new one. That's, okay,
No, you said it
that's
was from September, right?
That's what she said. Let's see. Yeah, September 15th. Okay, 2021. Okay.
Okay.
Now, also, you're currently out on bond, is that correct?
That is correct.
What is the bond amount?
The bond, I think I owe like $500 left.
What was the total amount of the, but do we know the total amount of her bond?
10,000. I think they paid 1,000 to get me out.
The cause number?
Yes, sir.
It's the one that's, the new one is, actually, it's the old one, it's the one, it's 330-946, the one that's on the docket.
750.
So it's currently at 750 outstanding bond.
Yes.
Now, does she have a felony bond as well? The one for the, in drug court, possession of controlled substance?
$10,000.
That one is 10,000?
Just showing.
Okay, so she, total bond is 1750.
Or 10,750.
Yeah. Yeah. 10,750, okay, thanks. Has she, could you look in there and see, if have you ever had any bond forfeitures?
I don't know what that is. sir.
Meaning that you failed to appear in court and they forfeited your bond?
Oh, no, sir. This is my first time ever being bonded down in jail. Never. This is my first time really going through this.
Okay,
whole court thing.
now, currently, are you employed?
Yeah, actually, I just got a job at churches. I know it's not much, but it's a job.
Well, I mean, okay, that's fine. When did this, did we know when she got out on bond?
First case,
Yeah.
the next day, she,
No. On on the case that's on the 330946.
when she, it's November 17th of 2021.
That's when she got on bond
Yes.
on November 17th.
Mhm.
Okay, 2021. Okay. This occurred before that. Okay. Okay. And let's see, she has a job. She works at. Okay. Let's see, as an attorney. And this, let's see, what was the disposition on cause number 288787?
That's the felony.
No, that's a misdemeanor. 288787. But that was a, this is a penalty, this is a class,
You want to put both of her cases on here?
this is class A, huh?
Want to put both of her case numbers on here? Stay with the wrong, just the new one. Put the other one as well, right?
I mean, well, I just put that on there because she already had an attorney on one. She didn't have an attorney on that one.
She doesn't have an attorney on the case that she's not here on.
She didn't?
In the case she has judgment.
Oh, that's right. That was just on the fellow. Yeah, put both cause numbers on there. I see. Okay. Okay, she says she's hired, how long have you been employed?
For about a week, just started.
Okay, now prior to you being employed, did you do you have any other source of income? Do you have any savings? Okay,
My family helps me.
your family helps you?
Um,
Okay, will they be able to help you to get bonded out?
Probably not. Depending on how much it is, probably not.
Okay.
Because I've been having to pay for my bond and paying probation and.
You currently on
just paying for
probation?
drug- Yes, sir, I'm enrolled in drug diversion.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so I'm confused on where this.
Well, this is a new case. This is a whole new case. So that's where it came from. Okay. What I'm gonna do. Do we know how she's been doing in drug diversion? Okay, hold on a minute.
Just started in December, the end of December.
Have you been attending?
I've been doing my NA classes and stuff. I had COVID, but I just got my negative COVID results yesterday. So that's why I haven't been able to make like the groups up at the probation office, but I did NA through Zoom. And I'm supposed to meet with Ms. Tucker on the 3rd.
Tucker?
Tucker. Miss Tucker
Tucker?
is my probation officer. Yes, sir.
Okay, just hold on a minute. Just have a seat. Gonna be a recess. Okay. Ms. Fontenot, this is cause number 329372 and cause number 329374. Both cases are styled of State of Texas versus Gabrielle D. Fontenot. Ms. Fontenot, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Fontenot?
I'm good.
That's good, Ms. Fontenot. You currently do not have a lawyer, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay.
I do want to take this to trial.
Okay. Did she sign could we see whether or not she signed a waiver?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want to reset it for trial?
Yeah, I want to take it to trial.
Sign your waiver of counsel for.
Have you received your discovery?
No, sir.
Okay, let's reset her. We're gonna reset you again on the, let's put on the pretrial conference docket. Okay, so that'll give you an opportunity to get with the district attorney's office
Yes, sir.
so you can get access to the discovery, okay?
Yes, sir.
What date is that?
March 21st.
Okay, this case is gonna be reset to March 21st of 2022. You can, for pretrial conference, you can stand on the forex, get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you can sign for it.
Robert Murphy, please come forward. This is cause number 328612, case of style of State of Texas versus Robert C. Murphy or Robert Charles Murphy.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Murphy, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Mr. Murphy, I see here there's a note that said your court was giving you 60 days to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
No, sir.
You haven't hired no attorney?
No, sir.
Why not?
I had, they no correspondence.
Oh, you have a court-appointed attorney?
The other court.
No, you said the other court. We're talking about here.
Oh, no, sir. I didn't know. I thought that was.
So you want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney in this court?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're gonna fill out a document. You got two documents there. The first document is called Judge's Explanation to Defendants without an attorney. That's the explanation of your rights, and it states that as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or number three, you may represent yourself. If you want an attorney to represent you and you have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. At the bottom of this document, it says defendant's choice. Mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll put your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney to represent you, then you'll put your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. Now, if you've already been appointed a court-appointed attorney in this case, then you will put your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, then you'll put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Once you're finished initialing one of the 5 lines, you will date it, today's date, and you'll sign on the line that says defendant. And if you're applying for a court-appointed attorney, you will have to fill out a financial questionnaire. And if you had a financial questionnaire, you can have a seat at that table, council's table. You can sit down and fill out that document, okay? Just sit at that table right there with the chairs.